Hey, U.S. History class, Mr. Alfred here. I just want to explain some things, how online learning is going to work, and specifically about your classes and your assignments and how to do it for me. I can't speak for your other teachers, but they should be doing something similar. So every day you're going to have to log into Schoology. So I'm just going to go ahead and use first period as the example, but it should work for all of you guys. So go ahead and click on your class. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post an update every day, and this will not be until Monday the 30th. There will be an update for you. And that update will pop up here at the beginning, and there will be a poll in there. And I'm going to use that poll to measure your attendance, so I can see when you completed that poll, and if you completed on the day of, then that will count for your attendance. If you don't complete it on the day of, you will be marked as absent for the day, and those absences will count toward receiving or not receiving credit for your class. But once you finish that poll, and it'll be something really easy or something really silly, not going to require a lot of thought. You would go ahead and click on your materials tab, which you can see right here. So you'll click on materials, and then you'll scroll down to Unit 7. Now my screen looks a little different than yours would, and anything that you see that's kind of faded out here is that I can see as the teacher, but I haven't published it yet. But anything that's bold, like these guys, this is what you can see on your screen. But all of you should see Unit 7, and that's what I want you to click on now. Click on Unit 7. In Unit 7, you guys should be pretty used to it. Here's your reading folder, which we're going to put readings on hold for right now. You have your vocab, once again, also on hold. Quizzes and tests, I am shifting the online learning to a different folder, which I will show you in a bit. And then these are all the assignments that you guys had done up until we left. So down here you have this purple folder called World War II assignments. That's what we'll be doing for at least the next 2 weeks. And so that's where I want you to focus all your efforts and energy when you're working on the U.S. History class. So go ahead and click on that. And what you're going to see in here is a variety of assignments, and they are all kind of done by the due date. So the first assignment here is 7.15 or 7:15, and that's due March 30th. So the day we get back, that's where you should be going here. This first is just kind of a notification of what we're doing. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and watch this video and answer the questions in the assignment. So all you could do, because I was having a struggle here with it not embedding, which I did later figure out, but you'll just click on this link here and it will open YouTube, and this video will start playing. I'll go ahead and turn on the audio for you guys, except for it's not working, but the audio should work. Oh no, the audio is not working because I have it muted. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause that so I'm not talking over him and you get conflicting sounds. But this is a Khan Academy video, so you're just going to watch this. It's only 7 and about 8 minutes long. And once you are done, you will come here back into your World War II assignments and answer the questions in this test. There are 5 either multiple choice or fill in the blank questions. And you guys can see the questions here. This one's only 5. It's pretty easy. You just go ahead and you would click on start the test and you would begin. My screen looks a little different than yours because I'm a teacher, but you guys are pretty familiar with this. We've done this. No, it's not in Lockdown Browser. You don't have to do that because you can't do Lockdown Browser from home. And so that's it. Now, one thing I recommend is you have the test up and you have the video up at the same time. Read the questions first, and I'm not going to shuffle these around, so this question will be kind of at the beginning of the video and this question will be kind of at the end, and just listen. So what year did Japan invade Manchuria? And if we scroll around here, he talks about Europe for a little bit. When you get over to here, when we're talking about Manchuria, which is technically named Manchukuo here, but that answer is probably about this timestamp. The next question, you know, in the 1930s, China was in a civil war. Which 2 groups fought this war? You would just go along, and once he starts talking about China here and the Chinese Civil War, you would get the answer. Pretty easy peasy. I think you guys can all do this. However, there is one kind of big assignment that I want to talk about, and that is this one down here, 7.18, the decision to drop the atom bomb. Each week, so for right now 2 weeks, I am going to give you guys kind of a deeper, bigger assignment. Now, these are all open right now, so you can start it on Monday if you wanted to. You don't have to wait till Thursday or Friday to finish it. I don't recommend you do. Knock it out and you'll be done. But when you click on this assignment, you notice it's a lot longer. There's a lot of things going on. So the first thing you'll see here is we're going to be talking about the decision to drop the atomic bomb. And you each are going to be assigned a position on this decision to drop the bomb. If your Dysart student ID ends with an odd number, you are against the decision to drop the bomb. Right here, you guys can see this. You're against to drop the bomb. So if the last digit of your ID ends in a 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9, you're going to be writing and looking for information to help you write why dropping the atomic bomb was the wrong decision. However, if your number was an even number, ends in a 2, 4, 6, 8, or a 0, you will be writing that it was the right decision to drop the atomic bomb on Japan. Okay? And so I kind of give some instructions here. So if your name was Bob Jones and your ID number was Bob Jones 1234 at dysartstudents.org, you would be writing it even, so you'd be writing to drop the bomb. If it ended with 1357, 7 is the last number, so you would go ahead and write against dropping the bomb. Now, how do you do this? Well, the first assignment is right here. Okay, this is how you're going to turn in the assignment. So what you would do is you would click on this link right here, which would open this Google Doc in a separate tab. Okay, and then what you should do is click File. And we kind of did this a lot in first semester, not so much in second semester. So you guys may need to remember, or if you're new to the class in second semester, this is kind of new for you. You click File and then Make a Copy. And then right here where you click Make a Copy, you will change the copy of to your name. So I'll do mine. Alfred. Atomic bomb, answers and questions, and then whatever folder you want, right? And then go ahead and click OK. So it's going to, once ahead, go ahead and it's going to open up another tab, but now this is yours, so you can type on this. So I would close out the original copy. So you have a series of questions. The first is read all of page 1 and answer the guiding questions. So you have 2 questions here. So all you would do is go down number 1, and right out after this, you would just go down a space and type in your answer here. Okay. Should you write in complete sentences? Always write in complete sentences. That's just pretty standard. So you would go ahead and answer both of these questions. Now, where it gets confusing, and once we get into the worksheet, this will make a lot more sense. You are going to go only off the part that was assigned by your student number. Okay? So once you get down to number 3 here, you're going to change this main points for, you're going to write down who you are writing for. So if my ID number ended in a 3, I'm going to go ahead and be odd, and I'm going to be looking for the Japanese experience. I'm going to be writing against the decision to drop the atomic bomb. I think it's a bad decision. So, or if my number ended with, say, a 4, I would type in here the American experience, and I would be writing why it was the right decision to drop the atomic bomb. So, and that's entirely however you are assigned. And then what you're going to do is there's a series of documents in a PDF, which I will show you in a second. You're going to go ahead and write down the main ideas for those documents, why it was the right or wrong decision to drop the bomb. Remember, you're writing from that specific point of view, not necessarily your own point of view, but from the point of view that you've been assigned. Now finally, here at the end, there is another worksheet that has, I believe, 10 photos. Now, there's some ways you can do this. You could just write down page 3, for example, and that would be from the page 3 of the PDF, and you would describe that photo and why that photo supports your decision to either drop or not drop the atomic bomb. Another couple ways you can do this, though, especially if you're running a Windows machine, as I'll show you. And here are the documents. So this right here, this is your atomic bomb sources, and these here are your pictures. Um, if I was going ahead and writing, it was okay to drop the atomic bomb because the Japanese bombed us first, and there was a surprise attack, and they deserved it. I might want to focus on this first picture here, the Japanese bombing of Pearl Harbor, and this is one of our this is one of our battleships blowing up. And so you could just describe this photo, or if you're using a Windows machine, it's kind of weird because it's down here by my face. There's a little tool called the snip tool. If you don't have it, give me a second. If you don't have it, you can come down here to your search bar and just type in snip, right? And there's the old version, the snip tool, and I kind of like this one better. The snip and sketch is the newer version. It's entirely up to you what you guys want to use. This one's just a lot easier. So I'm going to go ahead and use that one. So I'm going to click on snip tool. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move my image back down here. Then all you would do is click new, right? So you click new. Now see how everything went gray here? That's okay. And you have this little plus. Okay, this plus is going to let you cut out whatever you want to cut out. So I'm just going to draw a box around it here, and it shows me what it is. Now if I wanted to, I could highlight it and draw on it. I could write a marker, blah, blah, blah. I could edit it with paint. I could send it as an email, yada, yada, yada. But let's just say I like this. I just want to write boom, bad, right, whatever. I could do that, or I could just leave it blank, but I'm just going to keep this. So how do I get this picture into that Google Doc? Well, the first step is here is I have to click the save button. So I'll go ahead and click save. And then I'm just going to, it'll always default it as capture. So you probably want to rename it. We'll call this one we'll call PH for Pearl Harbor, PHB for Pearl Harbor bombing. And then click save. Now, depending upon where your defaults are, that might go into your pictures folder. I always default mine to the desktop because it's super easy and then I can find it quick. But once you saved it, you can go ahead and close it. Now, if I wanted to post this here, how do I do it? Well, the first thing you can do, the easy way, is you can click Insert, Image, and Upload from Computer. So we'll go ahead and redo this again. Insert, Image, Upload from Computer. Now it defaults to my desktop, and we can see the file here, Pearl Harbor bombing. Usually for most people, your default is going to be here in this folder here called Pictures. So if you have it here, this would be your picture folder, and it would probably be in here until you moved it to some kind of folder, but mine is on my desktop, so I'm going to go ahead and take it and click it here, and boom, it's in my document. And if I wrote on it, that's what's going to show. Right, so this isn't necessarily probably the way you want to go it. If I was going to do some writing, I would probably have clipped it with more space on the side and done my writing here on the side. Okay, and then once you have your picture, you're going to write the name of the image title, and this should be the name you want to name it, not necessarily this Japanese bombing of Pearl Harbor. What is the caption, right? You can write like Japanese surprise attack. Try to put yourself in the place of maybe a journalist or a historian. If you're a journalist, you're probably going to be a little more sensational. Historian, you're probably going to be a little more dry. Now, explain here in this paragraph, why did you choose this image? And give me about a paragraph explaining why this image supports your decision to drop the bomb on the Japanese. Or if you chose, and I'm sorry for this is a little graphic, if you chose to say this was inhumane because this is what we did to children, and yes, this is an actual photo of a child in Hiroshima and what happened from the flash burns from the atomic bomb, then you can say, look how inhumane this was. War should never treat children this way. War is between only people who choose it, and children never choose it, yada, 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 whatever you want to do. But there are 10 photos here. Some are pretty severe, and they're not necessarily in any kind of particular order. But this all goes back to this document. Now, I did say at the beginning, you have some historical narratives and primary source documents. That is this PDF right here. So you could go ahead and open that. I'm going to close this all down right here. And This is that first page with the first two questions. So Hiroshima is victimization, Hiroshima is a triumph. So these are two different points of view. And right here, you're going to have 1 to 2 sentences for each one. What are they trying to say? And then this is your opinion. Which narrative do you agree with more? And just post it. And then you're going to go ahead and read all these documents. So this is a textbook from the American Vision. This one is a document written by a World War II soldier, even though it was written in a book in 1990. So about 45 years after the effect. He is talking about why he was thankful that we dropped the atomic bomb. Here is a decision by one of the president's advisors why we dropped the bomb, and he said it wasn't to punish the Japanese but to warn Russia. This is a survivor's narrative of what it was like when the bomb dropped. Here's some charts. So how many people died, how many people died immediately, and the cause of their death. And then down here, this is that second question. I don't know why that's there. From your second question here. And so if you are Japanese, so only do this if your ID ends with an odd number, you would do this page. So if your ID ends in an odd number, yeah, don't do this one. If your ID ends in an even number, yeah, don't do the Japanese one. Okay? And instead of writing in this box like you would if in class when I gave you a worksheet, you would just type it in on that Google Doc. And then finally here, this is that last page where you talk about the picture and answer the questions. You guys really like that editing job. I did such a good job there. And then once you're done, you would go up here where it says submit a file, or I think it says submit a file. If not, it's like submit assignment. You would click it here and then upload your Google Doc into there. Additionally, I have given you guys a series of short videos. These are all about 3 to 5 minutes, except for the last one, about the atomic bomb. So this was the Americans first testing it. This is what it looked like when it was dropped on Hiroshima. After Nagasaki, the second bomb, the Japanese decision to surrender, and if it was the right decision for them to make. There was many arguments about it. This is a survivor talking about it years later. And then if you guys want to know the science behind an atomic bomb, this is a crash course not done by John Green but by his brother, so he doesn't talk nearly as fast about the science behind the atomic bomb. None of these are required for you unless you are AP History. Then I suggest if you are in my AP History class, go ahead and watch these videos to strengthen your arguments. Now, for my regular classes, you guys can go ahead and stop, or you can go ahead and listen, but I did want to talk to my AP class because they have an additional project because they are AP students. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the AP class. So if you're in my regular on-level classes, you can just stop now. If you want to listen, though, I'm not going to post you. So here in my AP class, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go ahead and go into period 7. And in the AP class, you're going to have very similar assignments to the on-level, where you have, starting here, 7.16, it's watch the video, take the test, watch the video, take the test, watch the video, take the test. Okay. You also have that decision to drop the atomic bomb. Now, on top of that, you have a 2-week-long project, this World War II research project. So these are all labeled for you guys 7.15, which I've broken down into A, B, C. Let's actually move this guy up here so it's all together. A, B, C, and D. Now, there are different due dates on here, so you have to submit your rough draft to me and your sources by April 3rd. Your final draft of your essay and your project is due on April 10th. So this is about 2 weeks. So let's go ahead and click here and talk about what's going down. So in this World War II research project, and you guys have a thing here where you just have to type in, submit a doc that says, yes, I have read the assignment, and you earn your points. It's pretty easy. So if we go ahead and open up this document, okay, here's a series of instructions. So this is a creative research project where you guys can choose any kind of subject or area about World War II. You're not researching all of World War II. just a specific area. Now we'll come back to A because there's some more stuff here. So you could talk about the African American experience. So what's going on at home, what's going on with black combat troops, etc., etc. The Mexican American experience. So these are Zoot Suit riots, the return of farm laborers after the Great Depression, as American citizens went into the factory or into the army, and so there was a lot of need for Mexican migrant workers. The Japanese American internment, where we imprisoned anybody who had Japanese ancestry in basically concentration camps. A lot of these were in Arizona, so it's pretty relevant. You can talk about the home front. So what is going on with the people who stayed in America? There was rationing. How did culture change? What's happening with when you have more women than men? What happens to the men who don't qualify for military service because of medical reasons? Think about Steve Rogers at the beginning of Captain America, how he was all skinny and they kept rejecting him. What happens to those guys? Those would be things you'd be looking at. F is technological changes and new ideas in World War II. So what is going on? We see a lot of new technology here. We get jet fighters, we get computers, we get the atomic bomb. Medicine is vastly improved. Penicillin becomes super common. And everything else. So what kind of technologies are happening in this war? How about different animals? What kind of roles do animals play? Dogs, cats, pets. Are we using animals for combat? What is happening with horses as we become a more mechanized army? What happens to all these old army horses? Are we still using those? War and art. So if you want to talk about music, what kind of music changes are going on, or dance changes are going on? I would also expand this if you guys want. You can add fashion to this. But how is the war changing things? How are these artists being inspired by the war, and what's changing about their art? How did soldiers communicate during World War II? So you might want to look up just not only on the front with radio and instantaneous communication, but also how they're communicating with their families at home, with letters, with telegraphs. How are families notified that their son is dead? This is a major change. How did ordinary families live, right? And then what happened when they got done with the war? This one specifically deals with World War II and aviation, so you can talk about the many famous planes, such as the P-51 Mustang, the RAF Spitfire, the Messerschmitt Me-109, or even the jets, the Me-262, or the bombers. So you can talk about that. You can focus on a specific battle or technology. With that, what kind of products are being created by the war, and how are these products affecting Americans, both at war and at home? Nutrition issues. What's going on because of a lack of food? There was some strict rationing going on. Or you can click and choose. If you click this link here, this is the World War II Museum, and there's a whole bunch of research starters here. You can choose one of these things. The nicer thing about these is a lot of data on this website is already there for you. So here's some primary sources, right, that you can look at, and you can talk about this, and it kind of gives you an explanation of what's going on here, and this is a good starter point. So going back to the description here, what you're going to do is you're going to complete research in your assigned areas, and this instead of assigned, you can choose. I'm not going to assign these for you. Your goal is to have an understanding of the subject. I need a list of all your sources by Friday the 3rd, and make sure your sources are academic. If I look at these on the 3rd and they're not academic, I may reject them. Don't use Wikipedia, Core, or Quizlet. However, if you use Wikipedia, because I know you guys do, you might want to scroll all the way to the bottom on references and use those references. Now I want you to write a 700 to 1,000 word essay about your topic. That is roughly 2 to 4 pages. Just figure 250 to 300 words a page. This should be in Times New Roman 12 point double space, and I forgot to put that on here, but I'll go ahead and put that on here. Times So, isn't Grammarly awesome? It lets me fix all these things. Then I want you to not only write your essay, but I would like you to create a presentation. So as you're doing your research, you're going to find pictures, you're going to find images, you're going to find charts, maps, whatever. The quick and easy way to do that is whip up a Google slide, just kind of slap those up there. But if you want to go the extra mile, and there may be some extra points in there, doing a video, doing a prezi, doing a children's book, or some other creative way to express your information, that's what I want you guys doing. Those are all due Friday the 10th. If you're having any problems, just reach out to me during my office hours, which will be posted on Schoology. So I hope this video has helped you guys. I'm going to go ahead and close a bunch of these out. Has helped you guys out. Let's get through this together. I believe you guys can do this. Stay focused, stay happy, stay safe, keep washing your hands, maintain social distance, and everything will turn out okay. So guys, thank you so much for watching this. I'd say thank you for coming to my TED Talk, but this isn't a TED Talk. So, and I will post this on Schoology for you. Have a good day.